So basically, this video came out not that long ago. How many days was it? It was 4 days ago. And it is the Sea of Thieves 2024 preview event. So I think it's from several posts that I have seen around. I'm assuming it's kind of like a map of the direction of where Sea of Thieves is going. Now, for those that don't know, I've played Sea of Thieves a hell of a ton. I played it for years. I absolutely love the game. I really do. I will say I haven't played as much of the game recently as I used to, but I still very much enjoy it. A lot of the things that they have done to the game is amazing. A lot of things are questionable. I'm kind of like open to all this new shenanigans and seeing what they're doing with it. So I'm gonna watch with you guys. I have not seen it. I will say I have seen a few bits, like kind of spoilery, like basically from my like phone's newsfeed, but like stuff like stuff like that. So I am aware of a few things that have been added, but I haven't watched the whole video, and I'm interested to watch it. And maybe I'll watch it with you guys, and maybe have a little discussion about it.
This year, in 2024, our focus is on giving you more tools, more possibilities, and with that freedom out on the waves, give you the possibilities to have these amazing moments and really changing up the core moment-to-moment gameplay of the sandbox.
Okay, I'm liking the sound of that, to be fair. It definitely is a change up of like
the kind of main aims for Season 12 are about mixing up the meta and how players enjoy all of the different aspects of Sea of Thieves. So as part of Season 12, we're going to be adding 2 new weapons and 3 new tools for players to use.
An area we haven't really delved into.
Sorry, what? 2 new weapons? 3 new tools? And 2 new weapons?
An area we haven't really delved into since launch is adding new weapons to the game. New weapons that give you new tactical choices and strategies out there on your adventures.
Well, what could it be?
So in Season 12, we're going to be adding the double-barrel pistol and throwing knives.
Throwing knife? Throwing knife in a pirate? I mean, I don't see what. Throwing knives? Okay. Double barrel pistol. I mean, for the longest time, hasn't the flintlock pistol, like, not been accurate at all? Did they change that? Did they make the pistol, like, the flintlock pistol, like, you couldn't use it because, like, 60% of the time, your shot didn't calculate? Anyways.
Season 12 also brings in the throwing knives as a weapon.
You can use it to kind of like stab players with like a quick attack, but that doesn't do much damage. Or you can charge it to like pull it into this kind of more dangerous stabbing motion.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's cool.
It's like really high damage attack for if you like sneak up behind players.
You can actually go in the world and it'll stick into any of the geometry and you can just pull it out and then it'll replenish your ammo. So I think personally for me this is really good because sometimes I miss, as I'm sure some of us do.
I'm wondering what the drop is on it. I wonder how far you can actually throw it. Like how far could you actually get the throwing knife where it starts dropping?
Throw a knife at you, but then you can retrieve that knife and throw it back to them. So it'll really mix up the kind of combat scenarios you can expect out in the world.
Did he say when it hit? You could... When it hits, I'm assuming it disappears.
3 new tools in Season 12. The Wind Caller, the Scatter Shot, and the Bone Caller.
With the Scatter Shot, the way that it's different to a standard cannonball is it's a collection of 4 cannonballs, but they're much smaller. They have a much shorter fall-off range and a really wide spread, allowing you to hit a target with multiple projectiles at the same time.
Okay.
It does really small amounts of damage to the ship, just like a level 1 size hole. So like really quick for players to repair, but it can kind of overwhelm a crew quite quickly.
Basically, if you get up close with the scatter shot.
I like that. I like the scatter shot idea. I actually like that. From like a from obviously an offensive point of view, that's like the fact that it only does like a level 1 hole, I think, is what makes it fair. If it did anything else, it'd be so trash. Not trash, but it'd be overpowered is what I'm trying to say.
So the Bone Caller is an awesome new throwable that players can wield, and they can throw that on the floor, and when it smashes, all these kind of bones come out, and then skeletons spawn around the player in allegiance to them, and they'll actually fight.
What? Oh,
Fight beside the player against enemy players and enemy AI.
Now you might not be going straight for just a normal cannonball or a chain shot. You might in fact go straight for the bone caller, so you can have some skellies that are on your side on that ship, sort of messing things up for that crew.
That's
You
mad.
can use fire to fight fire. So if somebody shoots a bone
That's
caller
actually
across
sick.
the sea at your ship and they spawn in, if you have your own bone caller, you could throw that down on the deck and have your own skellies
That
go
is
and fight
actually
those
mad.
to take them out for you so that you don't have to.
That
I
is
mostly play
actually
solo,
crazy.
and to be able to spawn literally anything that is friendly to my cause while I'm playing is a massive positive. So I'm kind of looking forward
Do
to
they
that.
follow
and
you,
I'm
or
sure that other
they're
players
just
will
roaming at
find
that
ways to make
point
use of it
and
as well.
finding enemies?
The wind
That is insane. That is okay. I would never have thought of that. That's
caller is a new horn-shaped shell that players can
Okay,
blow
Rare.
into
Okay.
to summon the power
All
of
right.
the winds. So imagine the scenario that you're heading fully into the wind and you're either chasing someone
need
or
one
you're
of these
trying to
on
get
my
away
ship
from someone. Now you can use
all
this
the time.
tool to blow wind into your sails and go even beyond full billow in speed.
Players can also use it to kind of knock players back off their ship or on land, so they can kind of target a player, blow into the wind caller, and it will throw them back into the air.
You can use it as a means of propulsion.
how many times have I been on a ship and I'm just against the wind? I'm always against the wind. When I play Sea of Thieves, I'm always against the wind. It doesn't matter what I do or where I go, I'm always against the wind. So thank you for bringing me an item so I'm not against the wind. All right, thanks.
Propulsion for
Crazy.
yourself in the water, but also for rowing boats. So you can either use it while you're in the water swimming and you'll
Okay.
blast along like a really fast water boatman.
How long does this
or
last,
you can
though?
stand on a rowing boat and blast it out
Surely
the
it's
back
not
like,
infinite.
a speedboat, basically.
You can put out fires and you can do it quickly. So you can just essentially walk around, your entire ship is caught on fire.
I'm loving the fact that these tools have such like a multi-use. Like it's not just like, oh, you get this and you can only do this one or maybe two ththings with it. Like this thing has so many uses. This is it,
You can
like
just
incredible.
put out all the fires as you walk around.
And they can even use
It's making like the game they're making the game like less the same bollocks, right? So like instead of just like fighting this pirate, and you're like, right, we've had a fight, and say you're better than them at skill wise. Like there's a lot more like going on. Like, there's a lot more to think about. And now you're like gonna be like eyeing out if, oh, do they have such and such item? Do they have this? Do they have that? And it also means as well, like if you get somebody over, it's like, right, can we take these things? You know what I mean?
to like skeleton forts that allow you to kind of zip line between two positions to kind
Okay.
of escape the skeletons or
While
get
you be
close
shot
to them
at.
when they
Uh-huh,
first.
uh-huh.
So another cool new feature that we're adding for season 12 is
I can bash somebody over the head with the banjo. Calling it now.
the ability to balance on harpoon lines, so you can shoot that.
That's not a banjo.
Sea of Thieves, we're very mindful that we want to ensure that the hit registration in our game is as rock solid as it can be.
Ha!
And this is an ongoing thing for us as a development team.
Forever. I don't think you are ever going to sort this. I don't think they are ever going to. It's just not possible, I
Constantly
think.
putting time and effort into this area to try and make it as
Like,
robust as possible.
It's great that they've made a double flintlock, but it's like isn't the flintlock like you can't like I think it's like 40% of shots just don't hit. They don't register, right? The hit registration doesn't register it. That's why nobody uses the pistol, because everyone's using a sniper or a blunder because it's got better hit reg. That's it. And now they've made a double flintlock, and it's kind of like, right, okay. I don't know if I'd use it though. I still think I'm so used to the blunder though, and I've been playing forever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
possible.
This brings the return of Captain Flameheart to the Sea of Thieves.
About time.
As Flameheart has been resurrected, so has his Burning Blade ship, and it's back in more monstrous and terrifying.
Yo, okay. It does kind of look like the Flying Dutchman, right? It looks like that ship a little bit, especially the front of it. But that literally looks fire. Pardon the pun.
Players will be able to pull a lever on their ship and fire 2 massive balls of fire out the front of their ship, which is
Out the front?
really interesting because we've never actually had an offensive weapon that's frontal facing before.
Yeah, no shit!
So I think this is going to create some really interesting dynamic naval combat
Oh boy,
situations.
okay.
So once you take over the Burning Blade, you are on this really powerful warship, and you have
This
a
is
skeleton
insane.
crew helping you as well.
This
so
is
even
insane.
smaller crews have
This
every
is
chance
insane.
of crewing the Burning Blade because the skeletons will come to your aid.
So you could have skeletons
Why do I feel like this game isn't... I mean, it's not, but like I got bored of this game. I eventually just got... Why do I feel like, yo, this is what this game needed for like so long now?
Internally, we're referring to Season 14 as Pirates of Mischief. Sea of Thieves has always had this playful, mischievous, and funny sense of humour.
I swear to God, if this is all role play, great. Good for you guys. You role players on Sea of Thieves, you know, woo! But if this is all it is...
And with Season 14, we're expanding on that. The two main areas that we're exploring are new ways to stealth and new ways to cause mischief in the world.
I take it all back. This sounds sick.
So I think a real aspect of the Sea of Thieves
okay.
experience that we haven't dived too deep into previously is the idea of being a stealthy pirate.
So when you think about stealth
Yeah. Yes, please.
in Sea of Thieves and enhancing that, imagine being able to crouch and move around the world silently, or the ability to hang.
What they're saying is they're adding crouching. They're adding crouching. Press C for crouch, everybody.
Off the side of an enemy's ship.
When we were having these initial
Wait.
In Sea of Thieves and enhancing that, imagine being able to crouch and move around the world silently, or the ability to hang off the side of an enemy's ship.
when we were having these initial conversations,
You know, like I can imagine Boxy reaction to this, and just being like, "Oh shit!" Like the amount of like sneaky like there is a whole. I mean, there's a whole audience, right? It's why, for example, when Summit 1G, right? When Summit 1G started playing Sea of Thieves, and the reason why it became so fucking popular and like Twitch and stuff was because of the sneaky steals, right? That's the whole point of it. It was because of pirates, solo or otherwise, or had a crew. It was like you know that they're like, oh shit, like we're gonna pull off so many amazing steals with this. Like we could pull shit off if they're adding stealth, and I think. They have done so, oh my god, even just like talking about it and understanding that as like developers, like they understand their shit. They know what they're doing.
about
Like
season
this is
14,
so good.
the first thing I
This
thought
is so
of
good.
was the cardboard boxes in Metal Gear Solid. Could we allow players to climb into chests, and if they choose, they can actually scuttle around with their little legs out the bottom? And also, if they choose to, you know, keep the ruse up, could other players come along and pick them up like a normal loot chest or treasure chest or whatever and take it onto their ship?
So another cool thing that we've been working on is the blow dart,
Oh,
which is
well,
another
okay.
new.
Okay. This is. I am. Wow, just wow. This is like. I know that they're talking about this as season 14, so we're talking like end of the year. Like this is a long way coming. But like, and obviously what they're saying now might not come into fruition. But everything they're saying is like gold to my ears. Like this is insane.
Mischief to the world. One of these is the idea of traps.
So much like the kind of blunderbombs or firebombs, we've been thinking about them being this
Like a
kind
bear
of
trap?
throwable trap that players can kind of throw into the world. Think of it like a spring trap that players can place on the islands to trap skeletons on a bounty or on a fort, or they could place it at the top of their ladders to prevent players from boarding their ship.
As long as they are creating ways. The harpoon gun, I suppose. They're not even spoke about the harpoon gun.
We're also bringing a really exciting new tool, and it's the grapple gun. Traverse the environment much quicker because you're able to.
I love that. You see the harpoon like hit nothing.
So it allows you to.
You see the harpoon just absolutely hit nothing. It hit nothing. There is nothing there. There is nothing. It hit absolutely nothing. That was beautiful. Look, it's not connected to the rock. It's just boom. It's just hit an invisible polygon somewhere. And all right, floating. I am not being funny. They could have picked like any other. Like, we know this is gonna happen, right? We know this is gonna happen. I'm not complaining. It is what it is. I'm just saying, as something that I'm presenting, maybe I would choose a clip where maybe the grapple hits the actual rock. I don't know. I just find it funny how they chose that particular clip. Like, it's gonna happen, right? Because there's so many different faces and so many different I'm gonna say polygons. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but like every different shape in the world has polygons, right? So the harpoon's gonna attach to one. But it's just funny how they chose that specific clip. Like,
grapple yourself up to a ledge, for example, but you can also harpoon items and other players in. So
everything that they've added is like. It's bringing. I really feel like they're bringing the fun back into the game. Like, they're really bringing. Like, you're just giving you new tools to mess people up with, right? And it's just and vice versa. Like, you know, same to you. But this like this is in my head. I'm almost like, right. I'm just gonna get on a sloop, right? Be solo and just try and mess with people as much as possible. I could just steal their loot from their ship, as for example. You know what I mean?
Some of the new cool uses we've seen from the grapple gun in our early playtests are, you know, players firing themselves out of the cannon towards another ship to try and board them, and perhaps overcooking it and then using the grapple gun to fire it at the deck and propel themselves down onto it.
I've got no words.
Jumping off.
I've got no words. Are we getting owls? We're getting owls? Okay, what? I have legit no words. I have actually no words for all of this. This genuinely is probably the best announcement, or like, it's not even an announcement, it's like a roadmap, right? This is the best thing they have done for years. I'm not even joking. Like, this is shaking up the game in such a way that it's like a brand new game. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new game again. Okay, my first thought with a new weapon, like a double flintlock. Cool. I hope it works. I hope it does. It sounds cool. I'm a bit questioning the range on it and how much damage it does. I don't know. I'm a bit like about the flintlock pistol, especially when hit registration is such a problem with it, and now you're making a double one. I don't know. Grapple gun. That's, yeah, I have no complaints. That is gonna shake up shit so much. Shooting out of a cannon and like using that, and there's probably like a million other ways to use it that we just can't even comprehend right now, which is gonna be like so good. Like, so good. What else? There was so much. There's so much to talk about. The skeleton grenade? I don't know what they're calling it. I can't remember. Like, I said this earlier. I wouldn't even have thought of that. That sounds cool as shit. Like, imagine just popping that down even on your own ship to protect yourself, right? That sounds amazing. Like, just it's like a whole new dynamic again, right? And it's just to protect yourself. Throwing knives. I didn't see that one coming. I felt like it's a really good idea. I feel like it's really good, depending on the amount of damage it does. I think a lot of the like weaponry is going to be dependent on like how good it is with like damage, I suppose. The wind. The windpipe thingy, the fact that it has like a insane amount of uses is so good. Obviously, you're just trying to get like if you want to run away and you have one of these, that's going to be great. Full damage, blowing pirates off the ship. Like, there's so many good uses for it. I feel like if you have one or two of these tools though, I do feel like your ship is like somewhat invincible to a certain extent. Like, you're gonna have to be really crafty and taking people out, or be really skillful with like cannonball shots. And talking about cannonball shots, now you've got this like cluster, another pirate ship that's got a lot of these. You're gonna be in serious trouble. So you kind of have to like be very mindful about it. Even taking out fire. I honestly, like, I don't have I don't have a single, like, complaint about any of this. This all sounds really exciting. Like this is, like, igniting the flame in me to go back onto the game again. It really is. I love Sea of Thieves. I feel like for me, I feel like I did just get bored, I think, really. And I was just kind of doing the same old, right? But now it's like I wanna go on and be sneaky and steal some loot and all of that good stuff and have a good time. And I feel like with all the tools that, you know, we're being presented, it sounds like a lot more fun. Zip lines look pretty cool. I suppose it's just like a map thing, just to get around places quicker, which will be great if, you know, people are hiding loot in certain places, I'm sure. This whole Flameheart event, I think it's a pretty cool idea. I think it's really cool that you get to kind of, like, be on a ship that is, you know, you kind of take control over it. I think that's really cool. My only thing about it is I somewhat just, I don't know if you take control of it in terms of movement. Maybe it's automatic. I don't know, because they're talking about, like, fleets, or maybe you have to sail there yourself. I don't know. But I feel like it's one of those, like, events, just like all the events that are really, like, happen in the game. I feel like it might die down real quick. That being said, I think it's all dependent on the value of the loot, right? And it's always been that. It's always been dependent on the value of the loot. Like, look at Fort of the Dam... Not Fort of the Dams. That's always in, contest. Wherever the big gold chest is now. I can't even remember. It's been that long. But wherever that event is, that's the most popular thing, right? So I feel like if there's something of value of that, or maybe, and how about this, Sea of Thieves? Maybe there's some cosmetics behind it. Because that's what really drives people, I think. It definitely drove me into sink so many hours into this game. Even before I streamed, I played this game religiously because I wanted the certain cosmetics. And that's what really drove me to play. I would like more of that. I think that's the only thing I like more. And no, I don't mean equipment. I mean actual cosmetics. I will say as well, props to Rare in general for... I know they kind of gave us disappointing news that the new season wasn't going to be like the last season. I don't know if it was the last season that came out. Maybe the one before it. I can't remember. Time has just fleeting away. But they kind of did like a big pause on, yes, we're not going to do a big brand new season of all these new things because they're not quite ready. However, they would promise that a lot of big things are coming. And with this video, they have definitely delivered like a good inside shot of where their headspace is at and all the new exciting things coming our way. I know this is obviously still a work in progress, and a lot of it we're not going to see until the end of the year, maybe. But this is so cool. This will be base game for PS5 players. How exciting is that, man? The people playing the PS5, like, and they're getting to explore all of this new stuff. I think this is really good.